It's hot today, boy. What are we doing? We're doing some plastic welding on our garbage pails. Cracked in a couple spots. Came out actually well. They actually hold up. I'm surprised. We got another Power Master. Remember? I don't know, maybe like 2-3 years ago I had one of these things that was like, I don't want to reclock it. So I just returned it. So I get in that kind of mood sometimes. But yeah, it looks nice. Looks better than that Chinese one. And they ship it in a box like that, which is kind of shitty. But it's packed very well for damage. So we got to reclock it. This whole thing, apparatus, has to go over. It's only 3 bolts on the CS130s, and you have to torque them equally because it's 3, it's not 4, so it can tip. It's like a tripod. You know, one side shorter, your tripods are going to be going. So it's like that, and it'll jam up. So what I might do, I just might mark the bolts kind of where they are to get the distance correct. And then I gotta take the front half off and just move it over. Or I can move the back half. So here's an interesting installment. Luckily I bought these like last year when I had my tool addiction. 15/16 impact socket. Too fat, the wall on it, I gotta use a chrome socket to take the pulley off. And then we gotta knock it apart a little bit and get those things out. 15/16 is kind of close to a 24. But even the 24 fits loose. I never even used this socket. Never. It's from like 2006 or something. Never used it. No, 5. Yep. Gotta use a chrome socket. Damn it. An adapter. This is ghetto as all hell. I need a 3/8 impact socket. You know what I forgot to do? I was gonna mark it first, but I didn't. But what you do, rag. Important, hold it. And then just whack it with your impact. Kind of like that, but not. Put Loctite on it too when you're done. Is there a lock washer on it? Yes. So take that off. Take the fan off. Don't lose it. I should really paint that fan black. I hate the gold. Spacer can probably stay on, but take that off too. And nails, we got to use the E-Torx. I had a Lyle set, I didn't like it. I sold it to some dude, some tool collector. E-Torx. You can use a 6-sided socket too if you want. What is this, like an E8 or something? This is an E10, I think it's an E8. And you can, yep, E8. You can get these little bolts off. E-Torx, handy to have. That's a very nice socket set. We got that cheap. Alright, this is all gonna rust in condo land. Snap-on tools rock. So do old Craftsman tools. See, some of these bolts are tighter than others, like they usually are in this tri-formation. On the CS144, you don't have that problem because it has 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Goes on nice. I've seen some other videos after they got the bolts out of people really wailing on these things, and I'm just going like, what is wrong with these people? Soft blow hammer. Hit on that. Look, I can spin it right around right now. Spin the whole thing around. So there we go. Put it where you want it. Sock back your bolts. You're done. You don't need to do anything else. Just move this. All you're moving is that front half. You're not screwing with the back of it. Sometimes I think you can reclock like this part too, like the stator. But I don't know. There's some other procedure you have to do. This is just changing the front mounting on it. So just tap it the slightest bit. So you can spin it, don't wail on it, and you'll be just fine. And there's a model Chinese alternator that doesn't freaking work at all. The Remy one, because the connector doesn't even fit well in this voltage regulator. Nice quality these days in America. Alright, not even proud to be an American anymore. Build shit, nothing's built here. Yeah, I lied, I forgot. These ones, they suck. It has this big lug over here, so you're gonna have to tap it apart until this just clears that. You won't be able to spin it. Damn it. We got it this far enough for it to clear these lugs. But another thing about these CS130 alternators is sometimes, well, this one actually broke free on the bearing, which is kind of strange. Other times, that will stay stuck, and you will wind up, I'll show you on the Chinese alternator, there's a plastic sleeve around the rear bearing. You'll wind up taking this whole thing out basically, and the rear case will separate, and like the front half will basically stay together, which is strange. This one came apart this way. You know, it wants to break apart the way it goes. Then put your 3 bolts back in and crank away. Probably could use a little impact for this. I'm just going by hand in case I feel any resistance. This foam it comes with is very nice to hold the alternator if you don't have a workbench like I currently don't. Now when you tighten these things up, basically, you know, snug everything up and go evenly. You know, 1, 2, 3. Just keep spinning it too when you're doing it. You don't want it to bind. You want to keep it as like square as possible. I guess you probably could too if you want to take measurements to get it pretty equal. I might do that there to there. If even this is the same dimension, so it is cast, it's not machined. And you can also look at your screws. They want to be basically sticking out an even amount. That's pretty good though. I did lock it up slightly, but again, just don't wham these screws on. You're gonna screw them up. Nice and easy. Use your best judgment if you have any. Then spacer, fan, nothing, pulley, lock washer, and finally nut. I think it went this way. Yeah, it was facing that way. You see the anodized scratch. And then, see, being that this didn't lock well, it's spinning a lot on the shaft. But rag, impact, again, 3/8 impact works, or you can use a 1/2 inch. Doesn't need to be crazy tight. There's probably some torque spec somewhere. And there you have it, properly clocked. Now it's time to put it on the truck, but it's too sunny out, and I'm probably gonna get in trouble. I gotta do it later when no one's around. Hopefully good to go. Yay! I don't know, I guess the gold is okay. I don't know. This might actually have a shorter pulley too than the factory one, not sure. I don't know. If it does, it does. We'll check our belt tensioner alignment. We'll make a mark where it is now and a mark after, see if it moved any. That's my scientific method about that. Okay, I'll explain it. Basically, you know, you got your little marks here. I'll just make a mark where the arrow was now. You know, arrow is right there, and then if it changes any, you know the belt is shorter. It's probably going to move this way, maybe. I think so. That's how I take it. No. Yeah, I gotta go this way to take it off, so yeah, I think so. I hope they're still doing good. This is the Wagon dude stuff. This is old CS130 original. It needs a rebuild though. I should get parts and rebuild it. His old original steering box, which that's how I think I first met the guy. Changed his power steering pump with his steering box. So he was like, "I'll give you money." And you know, alright. It's kind of broke at the time. A little bit helped. No, not. Alright. So like, I don't know, again, like 3 months ago. Not 3 months ago, 3 years ago. It's so hot, I don't even know what year it is, month. I didn't want to do this. I just said, I'm gonna take it back to price. I got this, actually this one cheaper than the last one I got. A couple like $5, but you know, $5 is $5 in the long run of things. Save $1 everywhere you can. So yeah, now we have it. Hopefully it works. The kid from Texas said I think he had it for like 100,000 miles. It's kind of impressive. You should get one for the Ghetto Wagon. The same alternator will fit. It actually will drop right in exactly how it was.